Good morning. This is your 10 a.m. daily weather briefing, continuing with some partly cloudy to mostly sunny skies out there this morning. We are seeing some fairly breezy conditions sitting just below wind advisory criteria, so we'll carry a chance of a wind advisory to move mainly through the morning hours and the first part of the afternoon before we start to see those winds lighten up a bit. We are sitting just below freezing, and we won't see temperatures rebounding too much today. We'll get into the mid 30s. But overall, outside of the slightly breezy conditions, should see fairly quiet conditions as we move through our working hours today. If we take a look at the current surface analysis, still seeing that tighter pressure gradient over the region from that uh, winter storm, low pressure that is well off to the northeast now that dropped double-digit snow totals across the local area. We'll see high pressure briefly moving in from the south. That's going to help weaken those winds as we get into the first part of the evening, and eventually we'll see this boundary here lifting off to the west and north of the local area, and that's going to bring in a turn of the winds to southwesterly, and we'll see those winds becoming quite breezy as we get into the start of the day tomorrow with another good chance of a wind advisory. If we look at the current visible satellite, we can see that snow cover across the Delmarva Peninsula. But right now, looking at mostly sunny skies, we will have a chance for some clouds developing during the afternoon, maybe a ceiling developing around 4,000 feet. But outside of that, we'll see, again, plenty of sun, and then we'll see increasing clouds as we get into the overnight time frame with a slight chance of some precip moving through the area. We'll take a look at that here with the European model zoomed out for the broader picture here. As mentioned, as that high pressure passes to our south, as we go through the overnight time frame, we'll continue to see dry conditions and those winds generally on a decrease as we get into the later part of the afternoon. And then as we go through the overnight hours, we'll see those winds shifting more southerly to southwesterly, and that pressure gradient tightens a bit. Once again, we'll see some breezy conditions as mentioned to start today. We will see that warm front well to the north, but a short wave passing through the area will bring a chance for some light rain showers passing through the Wallops area for the start of the day on Wednesday, either just before or just thereafter sunrise. You see the model indicating some light snow associated with that. That's mainly going to be a possibility at points further north on the peninsula. Here at Wallops, just expecting some light rain, but overall not expecting much in the way of precipitation accumulation as this weak disturbance moves through the area. And that will eventually clear out as we go and continue through our day on Wednesday, continuing to see some breezy conditions, again with that wind advisory being a good chance for Wednesday, and eventually things start to clear out as we get later in the day. And then a trough sinks into the area. It's going to bring a boundary that's going to set up just over the Wallops area. We're going to see a potential for rain moving in during the morning hours on Thursday. Then that rain becoming likely as we get into the afternoon with some scattered rain showers continuing into the evening time frame. And depending on how how quickly this boundary moves off to the south and east, will determine how much rain continues to linger over the area as we get into the early morning hours of Friday. As you can see here, the European model a bit slower than some other models with that boundary moving away from the area, so keeping some light rain showers through the morning hours of Friday before eventually pulling away and things starting to clear out. And that will set up for a very nice weekend as we get into the Saturday, Sunday time frame, where we'll see high pressure in control, and we'll see temperatures moderate to more seasonable temperatures back into the 50s for Saturday and Sunday. And it does look like as we get into the beginning of next week, we see this trough to our north sinking, bringing some cooler temperatures as we move into Monday, and possibly another disturbance with some rain shower activity moving into the area. It does look like we'll stay warm enough where this will be mainly rain locally and possibly some snow showers further to the north, but again, a bit far out to really narrow those details down right now. So as we look at the 24-hour weather risk chart for today, we do have that yellow risk for a wind advisory as we move through the morning hours. Again, seeing those winds just below wind advisory criteria, so that chance will be there. And as we go into the afternoon, we'll see those winds slowly weakening, becoming more westerly, and then eventually southerly as we get into the first part of the evening. We'll see partly cloudy skies to mostly sunny skies through much of the day, but as mentioned, we'll have a chance of a ceiling around 4,000 feet during the afternoon time frame, and we'll peak our temperatures around 35 degrees, so still fairly chilly as we move through our day today. Low temperature will be early in the evening at around 29 degrees before those winds turn southerly, and we'll see a slow warming trend as we get into the start of the day on Wednesday. We do pick up that yellow risk and eventually an orange risk once again for that wind advisory criteria as we get into the start of the day on Wednesday, as those breezy southwesterly winds pick up with gusts up to 25 knots at the start of the day, and introduce that yellow risk for a chance of a light rain shower passing through the area. But again, not expecting any kind of heavy downpour with that activity as it moves through. Tides are running about a foot above normal. Extended forecast here. We'll see a breezy day with that chance of a rain shower to start the day on Wednesday, about a 30% chance, and we'll keep clouds around through much of the day. We're seeing some partly cloudy skies as we get into the evening time frame. And then that next boundary sets up over the area for Thursday with a high probability of seeing some widespread rain showers around the area and potentially lingering into the morning hours of Friday before we start to see some clearing. We'll see temperatures back into the 50s for tomorrow, and then staying in the upper 40s as we move through the remainder of the work week. And as we go into the weekend, back up into the 50s with those low temperatures staying above freezing as well, with some fairly quiet and nice conditions through the weekend. And then as we go into Monday, we do see a cool down back into the 40s with that next system potentially approaching the area, giving about a 40% chance for some PM time frame rain showers as we get into the start of next week. That's going to wrap up the 10 a.m. daily weather briefing. We'll be back again tomorrow at 8:15 and 10 a.m. Enjoy the rest of your day.